Hey, what's going on with it once again, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, fanboys and fangirls especially. It's the one, the only, of course, Mr. Criticism Guy 2009, aka Nintendo 23 2011, and of course, Nintendo Anime Manga 360. And today, I am here, of course, to talk about, I've been planning this about a week and a half since the news came out. I normally don't talk about this on my Criticism Guy channel once a week or a month. I'll talk about gaming-related stuff, but I'll just stick to my other 5 topics, like movie reviews, the reaction stuff I'll do, alternate media, which I said I'm going to be holding that till June. Can't say that enough. Once in a while, the Pokemon speedrun with the cards and stuff, and then the last one, rants. Those are the main 5 things I usually do. Maybe 2 other things once in a while too, but not that much. And of course, this is mostly my Nintendo Sony Free channel, but you know what? I want to talk about it here. And before I begin, of course, this video is brought to you by fucking Powerade. I haven't had this in about a good month, maybe less than that. Who knows? Sorry if my face is so close, but yeah, without further ado, hopefully we're to tut up above and below, and let's begin this thing. So, Samus Aran, is she super extremely oversexual than she normally is, especially Zero Suit Samus? And I'm going to be a little bit more lower. Going to try to keep it more down because one of my roomies is sleeping. They got to go to work in about 2 hours, so I'm going to try to make this nice and short and sweet to the point. Even though it's probably going to be 20, 30 minutes, so I'm just saying right now, it's probably going to be a super long video, so if you don't want to stay, I'm completely fine with that. But if you like real super long videos about me getting into discussion with these sort of things, stay as long as you want. And of course, I'm wearing my Super Mario shirt. This is actually a knockoff I got like 2-3 years ago at a swap meet. Real cool ass Mexican swap meet if you're ever in a 702. Really cool shit there. But yeah, and NV of course. But let's see. I actually heard about this a couple days ago. It's from this one dude named Gaijin Goomba. He's like real good friends with the other dude that has 1 billion subscribers. His name's The Game Theorist or Matt Pat. Check his shit out if you don't know about him. I might do a part 2 of this video just in case. Just throwing it out there. So Samus Aran, I know there's a lot of other discussions of the Super Smash Bros. 4 Nintendo characters. I've been doing like 10, 20 other videos on my Nintendo Sony Free 2011 channel if you want to check that out. I'll try to put the links down below. But yeah, other than that, good freaking God. I'm just going to get into this character. There's another dude named Christopher something. I think his name was Christopher Nelson or Christopher Nisoka. I don't know. I'm probably butchering his username, but check the dude out. I'll put the link on his video down in the description box below. He's actually one of the first people that did this rant. I've only seen 3 other results. There's one dude that did a comedy version of it. It was like a minute. The other one was like 7.5 minutes from this other dude. The top 5 other, like, I think the video is called the top 5 other things that should be more concerning than Samus Aran's new jet boots. Check that shit out. I'll try to put that video down below. I even subbed to the dude yesterday. But yeah, let's talk about this chick. So pretty much when I was introduced to the Metroid series, I wasn't really a huge fanboy of it, I'll be honest with you. Back when NES and Super NES was on, it was in 1986, so it was pretty much 3 years before I was even alive. Cause I wasn't born until like 89, so I had no idea what that was, because I didn't exist. So other than that, I think it was like 98, 99 when the Zero mission for either the Game Boy Color or the Game Boy Advance, that's when I was introduced to her. I had no idea who she was when it was on Nintendo, Super Nintendo, even though I do got one. Not sure if you see it up there in the background. It still works after like 20, 21 years. Sick. But yeah, I never owned that game. I only owned like 25 to Super Nintendo games back in the day. My parents were kind of a little poor, unfortunately, but they were able to afford it, thank God. But let's talk about her. You know, I know there's like another cosplay, Kotaku version of this girl, whoever did it. She was from Australia. She did a real amazing job doing her too, so shout out to that lady if she's actually watching. That'd be cool. She did a real good job on Samus, Zero Suit Samus. Yeah, you know, I remember back in the days when I saw on Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, when I saw like Samus Aran was a freaking girl the whole time and it wasn't a guy. That shit blew my fucking mind. It literally did. Let's go back into my history of my late 90s, early 2000s days, I want to say, around that time, when Game Boy Advance was still relevant. At that time was really fucking cool, I'm not going to lie. You know, I really enjoyed having a Game Boy Advance, even though unfortunately I lost it like 5-6 years ago. Actually, no, I gave it away to one of my really good friends because he was leaving out to Cali, and you know, I wanted to have that like Game Boy Advance be like memorabilia because we were really cool ass friends back in the day. We did a lot of shit with each other. We were chill like that, you know. My real life friends, obviously. It was a while back. It's like my last year, I think, high school or college, one of those two. But yeah, other than that, let's keep it moving. So pretty much, other than that, I'm be saying other than that, let's keep it moving a lot. So bear with me. So yeah, after that I heard about Metroid Prime. It was like I was in middle school, high school at that time. It was really fucking huge at that time. I thought it was decent. I played a couple games of it. You know, I wasn't a huge fanboy, diehard fan of it. And it was property of Nintendo. it just wasn't feeling to me. You know, the chick was cool and everything, but I could not stand her for life. And this shit was boring. It was fucking stupid. I really didn't get into it even more, even after Game Boy Advance. I think, especially when Super Smash Bros. Melee came out at that time, before Brawl, and then the new one that's supposed to be coming out this summer, I didn't like it that much either. You know, and then the winter too, for the Wii U console. She was decent. She was alright. I liked all the really cool ass missile launching action she had. She had the ice beam. She had the plasma beam. She had the freaking storm beam. I even did like about a month ago almost by now. Depends when you're watching this video. I did an older video on like Lara Croft versus Samus Aran in her Zero Suit form. That shit was freaking cool. I loved it when I did that. Thank goodness I did it, because I did a Versus series on it. If you want to check that out, you can go on the playlist. I'm not going to leave a link below there. But yeah, other than that, just search that shit up. It should come out. I think I got 20, 30 something views on it. But yeah, other than that, now let's talk about her Zero Suit form. I know a lot of people in the other end for the Samus game. This is when she first started talking. It was, I think it was called from Teenage Dodgeball. I think that was the gaming product company that made that, or the distributors. I don't know. I know the main company was still Nintendo, though, obviously. I think it was like 06, 07 when it came out for the Wii, for the original Wii before Wii U was around. That was really cool. It was decent. You know, I thought it was alright. Me being a less, fanboyish thing of the series. I'm not gonna lie. The chick's decent. She's gorgeous. I mean, she's extremely beautiful. Obviously, it's just the chick wasn't my type. Especially when I'm probably gonna get a lot of shit for being a racist fuck for saying this, but it is what it is. Fucking blame me if you want. But to me, growing up, and I'm not gonna get too much personal into detail with it, but for me growing up, I was around a lot of black and white people at that time. Before I moved out to 702, which is Vegas, where luckily for me, Latinos are a majority instead of fucking minority, like it was back in East Coast when I was still in New York. Even though I was in New York City for a little bit, I did live in another city, which I'm not going to say because that would be too much information. But yeah, let's just say it was upstate and why. But other than that, the thing I really wanted to say, see if it's still working. Yeah, it's still working good. See if it moves. Yeah, it's moving. I was just checking to make sure. Yeah, I see a lot of white girls, and some of them are blonde as shit. Not all blonde white girls are stereotypical. I'm not trying to blame you if you are blonde hair, blue eye white girl, if you're out there, or Caucasian, or Latinos call you blanquitas, gringa bitches, or whatever. That's unfortunate. That's what we call these. Some of them, not me. But other than that, some of them are extremely stereotypical. Even this is before. I'm not trying to get the economics or 2007, 2008 crash when the economy went to shit. Before that, I used to see a lot of them, especially in the movies. Can't believe everything alternative media says, but a lot of them were really supposed to be stupid, retarded, and blonde, and ditzy, stupid fucking retards. Even though that's not true, because even when I was in high school, I just had two friends. I know there were blonde white girls that had the blue hair and blue eyes. I wasn't into them as a loving relationship. I just loved them as a friend, and they were cool. I was decent. I was really, respectful to white girls that were like that. Back when I used to hang out with a couple of them here and there. I'm not gonna lie. They didn't see me as a stereotype, Latino. I just came straight out of Mexico, They weren't ignorant enough like that. Like, I wasn't ignorant to them like that, They were cool with me like that. But, what I'm trying to get at is, one of them's really crazy as fuck. She wasn't like white trash or anything, but she was still freaking hardcore, She'd do whatever the fuck she wanted. She was a super huge tomboy. That's all I'm going to say about that. They were cool with me, and I gave them respect. They gave me respect, so, hey, it was cool. So they weren't the typical blonde white girls. They were really cool ass chicks. But other than that, let's get back to the Samus Aran thing. Was the whole over-sexual stuff, especially with the movies and TV and games. They picture with the triple D tits, the nice pussy, the nice ass, the titties, the everything. Pretty much porn star status. That's what it is. And I wasn't really into that shit. I mostly like the Latinas and white girls. Some more white girls, not all of them. And then Asian chicks. They were really sexy as fuck too. I'm not going to tell you how much I love China bitches. Especially freaking Filipino girls. They're freaking awesome. And Asians and Japanese chicks and the rest of them. They're really beautiful, hot Asian women out there. And some of them are a little ugly, I'm not going to lie. But others are really freaking beautiful. Every race I think is going to have that. The only one I don't like really much, I'm probably going to get a lot of heat from, unfortunately, some black people on this. But I'm not really crazy about black girls at all. I'm sorry, I'm just saying. I'm not really into morenos at all. I'm just saying. I could be their friend and stuff, but other than that, that's as far as I'm going to take it. But yeah, pretty much other than that, let's get back to Samus. Now I just went on a whole political topic there. Getting back to Samus Aran is like a lot of people complain about her because of the jet boots, like the high heel stripper boots or whatever she has. That makes her propel. She makes her a lot stronger and everything. Because I know a lot of people in Brawl, they were complaining that she was extremely weak and frail and everything. She was a shitty ass character, I'm not gonna lie. Wasn't the best of the best character, wasn't the worst either, but her jumps were shit. And I still had the brawl game, and her thing was shitty as fuck, I'm not gonna lie. That's why I used her, like, her armor form better. You know, the regular Samus with the armor power suit. I used that one a lot better because she was a lot more stronger. She had a lot more attacks and everything than she did as Zero's with Samus. I'm not gonna lie, I'm just saying. And her final smash wasn't that good either after she transforms into, like, the machine again, which is Samus Aran. As far as her in Zero Suit Samus, you know, she was cute, decent. I mean, like I said, she is gorgeous and beautiful. She's just not my type. That's just how I see it. Even though back in the day, I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna get heat with this shit too. On DeviantArt, I did like all the really sexualized versions of her. Even with my stupid little perverted high school years that I had. And I'm not gonna lie, I used to fap to that shit. I used to jack off to that shit like a motherfucker. Shit was hilarious, you know? And I saw it as a joke, though. But other than that, shit was decent. It was really, really cool. I liked seeing Samus around like that. Not just in the Zero Suit form, but in her Power Suit form was a lot better. I'm not gonna lie. And they got a brand new like version. They're splitting them in half now with the Wii U. The winter, it's coming out in the winter for the Wii U console, and then the summer one's coming out for the 3DS, which I'll probably get that one because that's the only one I have right now at the moment. But yeah, other than that, shit's got way real. You know, they made her jumps faster. They made her punches everything bigger. You know, they did make her butt and her tits a little bit bigger, but that's a different story. They made her curves a lot sexier. You know, that's for fanboy service. You know, what else? Unless you're a woman out there that's a lesbian, you know, you probably like that stuff, and I don't got nothing against you either. But other than that, hey, it is what it is. The last two things I really want to get into this, besides her attacks and everything, a lot of people bullshitting and bitching on this. A lot of people on Facebook and Twitter went down Nintendo's throats on this shit. They want that thing gone, literally. And hopefully that dude Sakurai that made the whole Super Smash Bros. Series game, he doesn't change it. He keeps it the same. He pretty much ignores all the fans and just does it the way he wants to do it. Let her keep the high heel boots and stuff on, because that's what makes her more stronger and faster. I didn't see it as over-sexualizing. See, even back in my middle school, high school years, I used to see a lot of porn back in the days. And let me tell you, that is not something that's sexy. That would have been considered ugly. You know, I've seen this shit myself, you know, and it's not that great. You know, it's not the best. Ooh, it's like from Stripperella, bitch. If any people remember that Stan Lee thing that he did on Spike TV back in the day, I think that's still called Spike TV. He did a little thing for like 10 episodes called Stripperella. If you want to see something sexually perverted and shit, go watch that. She's would have been way more controversial than Samus Aran. If any people remember Stripperella, I think it was like 2003 or 4, 2005, I don't know, around that time area. Go Google Stripperella, you know what I'm talking about. I think it was Pamela Anderson that did the voice for that shit. But yeah, no, the last final thing I want to get in this, her attacks and everything, they're not that great when she's still in Zero Suit Samus form, but they did upgrade them a little bit, which I'm happy. I'm glad they made her a lot more of a formidable, stronger opponent than she was in the first one on Melee and Brawl. Because in Melee she only had the Power Suit, and then in Brawl they introduced her to Zero Suit Samus, which is crazy. I know they did the same thing for Sheik and Zelda too, but I'm not going to focus on that at all. And one more other official thing before I cut this video off is that, seriously, for all the feminists out there that are going to shove shit down my throat saying, oh, you're a fucking sexist, you're a womanizer and stuff. In a way, I was a womanizer back in the day, but I switched that up like 5-6 years ago. I'm not as perverted as I was back then. I was my head was literally deep in the fucking gutter back then, I'm not going to lie. And then once I got into college, I started maturing a lot more. I wasn't in my high school mentality anymore like I am today, because I'm not in no high school mentality. I'm a grown-ass dude. I know this shit. I'm in mid-20s already. I already seen life after 25 years of living it. I'm going to keep doing it even more, you know? But that's all I had to say for now, and hopefully they give her Ray's stun gun back, and they make her do something with her, like, stunning whip, besides it grabbing on, like, edges of the thing. Maybe she has, like, a new recovery move. That's what I'm really looking forward to. I'm going to get more into the full discussion when I do maybe a reaction video to it. I'm still going to be talking more about it. So far, I only talked about all the brand new Pokemon and the old Pokemon on my Nintendo Sony Free channel that's going to be on the new Super Smash Bros. Game. So that's all I'm going to talk about there. And then the other thing, the items. And I'm going to get into the rest of the character roster too as well. So be on the lookout for that shit. Hopefully this goes in 20-30 minutes like I said it would. But like I always do say, is what it is, ain't what it ain't. See you when I see you guys. Have a good day, have a good night, wherever you're at around the world. Don't drink, smoke weed at the same time. Don't drink the reckless. See you soon. See you around. Peace out. Ladies, goodbye. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Have a good day and good night. And I'll see you guys around. Easy people. And goodbye. See you around.